Hello everybody, this is a very special video because I'm doing a bike check on my Trek Marlin 7. This is the bike I had before I got my Roscoe, so it's handled a lot of things. Let's get into it. When I'm doing these bike checks, I always like to start at the ground and work my way up. So, I'll start with tires. This came stock with Bontrager XR2 wire bead, but I've upgraded out to Bontrager XR5, more aggressive tires with Kevlar. And yeah, it's been pretty good. Tubeless ready. I have not gotten a puncture on this bike ever, so tires have been holding it pretty well. Very grippy XR5 tires, by the way. Next up we have rims. So these rims are AT650B, so 29-inch wheels, but these are good wheels too. These have been holding up for a long time. I have rarely whacked them out of true, so they're very, very strong wheels. Alright, moving on to the drivetrain. It's got the Shimano Alcera derailleur. It's got everything Shimano except the chain, which is SRAM. It's got the Nutless front shifter. Very good. I've been pleased with this. This is a 3x9 setup, so it's got 3 gears in the front, and then it's got 9 in the back. So far, it's been running very well. I have not indexed this since probably about 6-7 months ago. It's been running fine, so shifting is very crisp on this bike. And to deal with chain slap, I just wrapped an inner tube around here and zip tied it on, because with these 3x9s, you have to run the chain relatively loose. You have to run the chain extremely loose to compensate for all the gears that this bike has. So I've just installed that to deal with chain slap. Alright, moving up to the fork. This is a RockShox XC30 with 100 millimeters or 4 inches of suspension travel. I've been very pleased with this fork. I've hooked a lot of things to flat on this bike, gone over a lot of rock gardens. It's handled very, very, very well. Never leaked or anything. Preload collar still doing just fine. Lockout still works. I've been very, very pleased with this entry-level fork. Yeah. With G2 geometry as well, which is basically Trek's version of just making 29er bikes handle a bit more nimbly, because when you think of 29er bikes back in like 2012, they're all massive wagon wheel bikes that felt like it took miles to turn them around turns. So this is basically, G2 is basically Trek's version of trying to shorten out the geometry and make the 29er inch bike handle more nimbly, basically. I've been very pleased with this bike. It's very, very nimble out there on the trail. Really easy to hop around the turns. Alright, and next up are the brakes. These brakes come from Shimano. I've been very pleased with these. Hydraulic disc brakes, they've been doing very well. I have never had these bled, ever, so they've still got, they got a lot of modulation, these brakes. As you can tell, there's a good 1.5 inch till these come to the handlebars, so I'm not going to need these bled for a long time. Alright, and as you may notice, there are no pedals on this bike. That is because the metal specialized pedals that were on this bike have been moved over to my Roscoe, which you will have seen in the bike check I did on that bike, which was a little while ago. Definitely check that out if you have not already. Now, the frame. I absolutely love the paint job of this bike. It's orange, my favorite color, as you can probably tell. It's Alpha Silver Aluminum, which is basically the lowest end of Trek's frames, but it's still a very good frame. So basically goes Silver, Alpha Platinum, and Alpha Gold. Now my Roscoe has Alpha Gold, which is basically just lighter. This is still a very, very, very strong frame. It's just not going to be as light as the Alpha Platinum or Alpha Gold. This bike comes in at about 32 pounds, fully loaded with water bottle cages, a pump, and an inner tube. So that's pretty good, I'd say. Fully loaded. It's got a lot of stuff on it. Alright, moving up to stem and handlebars. This handlebar is 690 millimeters wide, so it's quite narrow compared to my Roscoe's, which runs 750 mil. Nonetheless, I still like this width. It's a good width for me. It's a good width for climbing. These, as far as I know, these have not been trimmed, so these are bone stock handlebars. It's got the 3x9 shifters up here, which I absolutely love. This bike has no dropper seat post. It's just a conventional seat post and no dropper post, so I don't need to pay for maintenance on that, which is nice. It's got this blender stem, which is about 50. It's like 52. It's 50 millimeters in length, so it's a 50 mil stem with a 20 mil rise in between. And I have put 3 spacers in here just to confiscate, because I'd like my bike to ride up. I want handlebars to be up by me, so that's very confidence inspiring on descents and jumps. Now, let's walk through some changes I have made to this bike, upgrades and modifications, etc, etc. So I've got these 2 Bontrager water bottle cages. I'm carrying a pump, a Zafal pump, which has been working very, very well. I'm pleased with this pump, very pleased. Then I have a 29-inch inner tube Enduro strapped on here, as you can tell. That's working very well. I need to, in the next video, I'm going to be walking through, get my Roscoe all set up for the summer of bike riding in the mountains. Definitely going to need some tubes. Even though I'm still running tubeless, I'm definitely going to want some inner tubes on there. Yeah, I already have a pump for that Roscoe, but I need some inner tubes and some ways to carry my tools. So I've got an inner tube Enduro strapped up here. Of course, I've changed out the tires for XR5s. Then I've replaced, I actually broke a chain on this. I wasn't crunching gears, just so you know. It just snapped out. The master link just gave out on me, so I've been keeping good care of that chain too. And then I've also replaced the grips. The stock grips had worn out, so I replaced those as well. And then I actually outgrew the saddle, so I replaced that too with a longer version. There you guys have it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it. This bike is very special to me, as is my first real mountain bike with good suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, and everything. So yeah, me and this bike have been through a lot of things together. I really had fun making this video and showing you my bike. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.